Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we're diving in deep into that Jank tank with the jankest of all, auras. We're playing a green-white aura beatdown enchantress-ish deck. It doesn't beat fog. It's not great against black. Not great in most cases, but man, if the opponent plays mono green, we might have a Godzilla moment. Let's get to it. We got a Thorn Lieutenant, an Enchanter, Blossoming Defense. We've got no auras, but we got two Scry lands. Hopefully we can find something. I think I gotta give it a try. Opponent will keep on top after the Scry. They will play Swamp. It's not what we really love to see. Thorn Lieutenant makes the cut because, well, when the opponent used their removal spells on it, we get a body. So it's like we always have something to put an aura on, which is the big deal. But there's another card that often makes the cut, Deeproot Champion. However, as much as I want you to see me go off with Deeproot Champion and auras, I have to bottom it because I already have too many creatures and not enough auras. And having the right balance in this deck is so critical. That's why I opt to play the voids at all. And our opponent, though, they've got zombie tribe stuff. Gotta feel like this is gonna die. But let's see. Let's see how the opponent wants to play it. There. And cast down it is. Like I said, it leaves a body behind. The little 1/1, at least it can wear an aura if that's all we had in hand. Death Baron hitting the table. Alright. I think I'll just get out my Satyr Enchanter, say go. See if the opponent wants to kill that as well. Ajani also showing up, another way to keep a body on the board and make things huge. There's a second Death Baron. Not feeling strong though. So yeah. Let's get a rest on one of these. Draw the card. Sixth Sense is a fun one when you can get a creature through. Right now may not be that time. Another one of these is actually not what I want since I only have one white source. So there is a cost to playing these voids, and I think we're going to see it here because it doesn't look like Ajani's quite going to happen when we want it to. But you got to smooth that draw somehow, and when you're not playing blue, what are your choices? I also hate being tapped out, not able to do this defense. But I think our opponent used their one removal spell. We'll see if they come up with another. Dread Wanderer, Radiant Destiny. It's boss time for our opponent and their zombos. But not attacking with that Baron. Third Void. Sram. I can draw some cards. So we'll go... what? Having a nice big first striking body is a good idea. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's start building up our lieutenant. And I guess we'll leave up the defense. The Sixth Sense doesn't do a lot right now because I can't really get in. So we'll just pass turn like this. Next turn we can place a Ram, and then we'll decide whether or not we need defense or sense. Whew, Barren City. That death touch, it's a problem. We got problems. Let's see how our opponent wants to handle this. They do not like losing their lords. They will trade their lord for absolutely nothing. Well, that's fine. I'll just block here. This little guy. So we got first strike. How big can we get this thing? We can make it a 5, but if the opponent double blocks, that's not very good. Let's get Sram on the battlefield and try to draw more cards. Squire's Devotion. Sure. And some mana fix. Good. Too many colorless lands this game. I think we drew all 4 voids. I think we bottomed one, right? Or was that the last game I played? Must have been the last game I played. Still, 3? 3's a lot. 3's a bit above average. Another land off the top for the opponent. Their Zombo pile is fizzling out. I definitely take these chumps while I can. The little token dudes aren't going to mean too much. Hold on. Let's go this way. Deeproot Champion to the battlefield. Squire's Devotion. On the Lieutenant would make it a 4. Doesn't have Vigilance or anything like that. The Deeproot Champion has the potential to get bigger and better, though. But this one has the Sixth Sense, so we definitely want it to get through. Another Enchanter. Another Cartouche going off. All right, let's throw this one down. That makes it big enough to attack through whatever my opponent has over there. They would have to block with multiple things. And how would that work? Like first strike, I'd kill one, then regular damage. I guess the Death Touch would kill me. But I think we just keep going, right? I think we just settle for all these cards. Settle for all these cards? That sounds ridiculous. Of course we draw all these cards. The thing is, when do I start attacking, right? How do I start attacking? Maybe I just don't. If my opponent, though, wants to trade away their lords to get rid of this, I guess I make them, because I can make more. I've got plenty more going on. Now, that is like a free block, but the life link, we get life from it, from that Squire's Devotion. Hey, there's the music. At the beginning, it sounds like Star Wars to me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What we got? We got Diregraph Ghoul, that's a 6/6. A Dreadwander, that's a 6/5, and we still have the Barons. Our opponent's like code of just never attack with my lord. My lord is keeping up for them. Good for them. Let's play another one of these. Keep the madness coming. Let's put a rest on this ghoul. Our opponent can just sacrifice the Dreadwander and get it back, so there's nothing to achieve there by enchanting it. And let's draw all these cards. Ah, sweet. Serra's Wings. It's coming together. We want to leave up Blossoming Defense, so I guess we're just playing out the Lieutenant. But first, let's see how our opponent responds to this attack. Still don't want to trade this. It's going to get so freaking huge. And my opponent takes this one, which lets me draw another card. And we'll play out another Thorn Lieutenant. And things are going well. Can't complain. 3 draws per aura played. Giant creatures. And about to be evasion. Oh no, it's the fatal push. Shall we show them what's up? Just when they thought their top decks were good. Just when they thought it was safe to go back in the water. We reveal that we are sharks. Scoop 'em ups. Doesn't even get to see Serra's Wings or Shalai, the voice of plenty, locking it down. Let's get into the deck box and have a look at exactly what madness this is here today on Jank Tankery. So, you'll see mainly a bunch of auras and a bunch of creatures. This is not rocket science after all. But the Great Blossoming Defense, Sixth Sense, acting like Curious Obsession, though not as good, but it's in our colors. Cartouche of Solidarity helps get some stuff through. And then we've got 3 Srams, 3 Deeproot Champions, 4 Thorn Lieutenants, again, mainly because they leave a body behind. And they're generally good, whereas these bodies aren't very good in the red matchup. And then we've got 4 Compulsory Rest as our sort of removal of choice. Being an aura lets it trigger both Sram and Satyr Enchanter, but there's a case that these should be Thopter Arrest. It hasn't bit me yet. I'm sure it will at some point. Anyway, the Satyr Enchanter And then 3 Squire's Devotion for that lifelink. And up here on top, we got some one-ofs I'm trying out. Voice of Plenty, Sarah's Wings, and Ajani. I also tried out Vine Mare. I didn't find I needed it. It was just too slow. If your hand is like Cartouche, Blossoming Defense, Squire's Devotion, Vine Mare, you can't even really keep it because you don't even have anything going on until turn 4. But Shalai Voice of Plenty I found really good as a, like just kind of a bonus play. That it comes down hopefully after you've played a creature on turn 3 with Blossoming Defense up. Your opponent tries to kill it. You defend it with defense. You untap. You play Shalai. Now they have to go through the Shalai again before they can get to one of your little Auramancers. And in the meantime, you get that crucial turn to just pile your auras out there, draw a bunch of cards, make a giant threat, and hit bash in. In the mana base, I do have these voids. Maybe they shouldn't be there. I just feel like the biggest weakness my deck has is drawing all the wrong parts, and a little bit of a void scrying action might help with that a little. Ajani I liked at first because I thought I'd just get these guys back if the opponent killed them and have a planeswalker, and I could also pump things. So far, he's okay. He hasn't done too much. But anyway, that's the look at the list as we're running it right now. Let's go back out there, see if we can find some unsuspecting opponents to beat down with our janky aura ways. On the play, we've got Deeproot and Sram, Defense and Sense. Gotta keep it. All day, baby. Real question is, who comes first, the Champ or the Sram? It depends on if our opponent plays a mountain or not. Alright, a swamp. So that tells me this will probably, like Fatal Push and things like that, will probably kill something quickly. So we want to play these when we can also draw a card from them and try to grind out card advantage. Let's see if our champion will stick. So far, so good. Black, white, and a zealot. All right, we need a land off the top to kick this thing into high gear. We get it. Hype. All right. We can do this for a colorless, and we can do this for a white, and we can play Sram, the Edificer. We can drop our 6th Sense onto the Deeproot Champion, basically forcing a chump block here. And we're on the move, and it will hit, drawing us a card. Ooh, yes, keep those cards coming. The other play we could have made that turn was not to play Sram, just play 6 Sense and get in there and have defense available. I didn't mind taking a little bit of risk. My opponent kind of has 2 crucial threats to figure out here. And instead it's Radiant Destiny, so perhaps no removal available from the opponent. And they're holding back. Well, if they're going to hold back, we're just going to, I think, arrest them. And keep the cards flowing. And have Blossoming Defense open. I'll see what card I draw. I might draw a tap land off this. 6th Sense hit, so we'll see what we draw first before. Okay, yep, if we had another white, that would be nice, but we do not. Instead, we'll just have to have double Blossoming Defense up. Legion Lieutenant, all alone. Nobody to play with. It's very sad. Well, our opponent's going to scoop him up, maybe leaving Blossoming Defense up. I was about to say isn't important, so we could just play a Wayfinder, draw more cards. Might draw a green anyway, but it looks like that will be completely unnecessary. The opponent has seen enough. Gets the idea of where it's going. CJ Hobbs, looking like a Karn man. I'm a Karn man. I have a deep voice and I move slowly. Awkward, but I think keepable on the play. The Thorn Lieutenant, the Satyr Enchanter are here. Some auras are here. It's the double tap land I don't like. But since all other lands in the deck enter the battlefield untapped, besides these Scattered Groves, our next land, wherever it is, should be untapped. And if we draw it in the next turn cycle, we don't miss a beat at all. Okay, bingo. B-I-N-G-O. Thorn Lieutenant. Slow clicking blue. Must be something to cycle there. Spire Bluff Canal. Red and blue. There's stuff you don't see every day. What I'd give for a Blossoming Defense in this situation as some kind of a lightning bolt would really sting. I guess I'd go for it, right? And make the 1/1s if the opponent kills this. Because if they don't kill this, that's the thing, right? If they don't kill this, it gets out of range so fast that they're in big trouble. If they do kill it, I have some 1/1s. And then I can throw 6 cents on those. Oh boy. Yeah, let's push it to the limit. Syncopate the 6 cents. Okay, fair enough. We got a body, and it's going to be an annoying one, unless our opponent has like cut to ribbons, or they play black, and this is Secret Grixis. Alright. Could go for the Enchanter, could also go for the Squire's Devotion. I think this is the way to go, though. More cards. More cards! Crash him in. Our opponent seems to be missing the answers. Although Hour of Devastation could be, how you say, devastating. Yep, there's the cycle. Looks like a very Drago red-blue control deck. But they have trouble once your toughness gets to a certain level. God, what I'd love to do is draw Blossoming Defense. They play an Enigma Drake. Yes! Yes! Alright, so we could also jam the Squire's Devotion. We could also jam this Wayfinder, but I think that this is the play. Just shut that down, please. Let me get in more damage. Hold up my Blossoming Defense protection. From now on, it's going to be very hard to get through. Plus, I get to draw these sweet, sweet cards with 6 cents. It's like we just got a little bit under them and got just out of range of the Abrades and the Lightning Strikes. What will you do, CJ Hobbs, confronted with this? Drake number 2. Opponent's on the Drake plan. Alright. So I guess we just push this over the Drake. We could attack with the 1/1, but I don't think that's... I think that's just throwing away. I don't think my opponent would take this block. Alright, Ajani in the house. A little bit of damage, and the turn. 5 life. Gonna have to start respecting the swings. Can't take much more damage. The Enigma Drake deck. This is a Jank tank, like, waiting room. It would be like an Enigma Drake fling shenaniganry. I feel like we're really missing a lot of the juice for it, but people love it, and people love Enigma Drake. Just something about 3 mana for a ridiculous amount of power if you played nothing but spells the rest of the game. Could be fun. Perhaps on a future video. Stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button if you're intrigued. hit those comments if you want the Drake deck, or whatever you really, really, really want for the Jank tank. I aim to please. I can't please everyone. It's actually impossible. I'm trying to remember who told me to play this deck originally. It might have been Thelona, but one of my regulars thought this would be fun. One of my peeps. Timeout used. Are we just gonna tank the timer? Is that like how frustrated you are that I put some auras on a Thorn Lieutenant and I'm getting my beatings? Bringing the beats with it? Does that bother you, Mr. Hobbs? Is that obnoxious? Is that Bush League? Would you prefer Turbo Fogs into Fairies? Probably. Scooping it up. Seen enough. Too many beatings. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the videos. I think that pretty much, think you see the point. Think you see what I'm going for. I better retire now before I go up against Turbo Fog and bad things happen. But this is the green-white Aura beatdown deck. It's pretty fun. You do have to spend some wild cards on cards that aren't great other places like Deeproot Champion and Sram, but if you've got them and you want to have a good time and throw something wild at the wall, I suggest trying this out. It's a good little build. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.